Good morning, good day, hello. It
Hmm.
is another beautiful existence in this now moment. I'm Rachel Otto, and this is my good friend,
And Mellow?
and we are grateful to have you here today. Welcome to Way Chill Living, where we give a little pieces of advice on how to stay on your personal spiritual path without getting too caught up in the chaos of the world. Well, can't
Hmm.
help it. But I did learn some new things about chaos, but that's another
Oh,
topic.
that's
All
exciting.
right. So today we thought I would explain a little bit more about grounding or earthing. Kim, you seem like you were a pretty good kid when you were growing up. Did you ever get grounded?
Uh, Only once.
Only once?
Yeah, I was, yeah, only once. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know what kind of things do people get grounded for?
All right. Well, I mean, obviously, I got grounded a few times.
I mean, you've got to get caught to get grounded.
Oh, okay, okay. Good point. Good point. Good point. Yeah, yeah. Okay, you got to get caught to get grounded. I like that. I got caught. Yeah, probably didn't help that when I snuck out the window, I decided to go into the house through the front door because I knew my mom was standing there. But hey,
That's hilarious. Oh.
so typically when we say the words grounding,
Oh.
most children's eyes pop up or adults go into trauma of getting in trouble and having their Game Boy taken away from them, or yeah, I try not to date myself here. Like my friends got their Nintendos taken away from them in their Atari games,
Mhm.
and we were, our car keys were taken away. So now I guess it'd be your computer and your smartphone, or maybe you. I don't even know if people get grounded anymore because during the pandemic that was like a massive grounding for the entire world, right?
Mm.
Yeah, so grounding comes in a lot of forms, and the most popular way that we understand grounding is, well, as Kim pointed out, is when you get caught, and your superiors
Oh.
have decided to punish you
Oh.
for doing something that maybe might be a little nefarious, or maybe something that wasn't age appropriate. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. That was the other thing I heard a lot in my life.
Oh.
You can do this enough later in your life. You don't need to be doing it right now. So, and it was true. I had a quite adventurous, fun life. Living on Bourbon Street.
Mhm.
There are a few things there that we may not ever speak of, but
Mhm.
so grounding or earthing is nothing new. In fact, it's probably one of the oldest traditions or um, processes of spirituality, of just daily living, and I'm going to say almost every indigenous culture.
Mhm.
And actually, if I think about it, they probably didn't even have the term grounding or earthing
Mhm.
because they were already connected into the earth. And that's a real basic, simple term that we're going to use for grounding. And earthing is having your being, your cells, your soul, your heart being connected directly into the earth. And that's that connection that you need on your earth walk. That's your connection that you need for everyday living.
Mhm.
So we talked a little bit about grounding when we talked about, can you guess which chakra? I know you can do this, Kim.
Oh, me?
Yeah, which
Whichever
chakra?
the lowest the lowest one is. The one
There you
up
go, the
here.
red.
Give me
Yeah,
that
the
first.
first.
Come on, that's uh
Good answer. See, she did pay attention, Mom. Okay.
that's the
So
only one it could be.
yeah, so our first chakra, that red chakra, that one that's right, between your legs and it pulls you down,
Mhm.
that is your root chakra. And we did some meditations where we went down into earth and we really connected in.
Mhm.
And then we had that fantastic meditation with Vanessa. Do you remember that meditation where we went down to the soul seed and we were on that golden slide and we were sliding down to the middle of the earth and we found that beautiful seed at the bottom?
Not so much. I more remember the one where we were climbing the golden thread.
Ah, so you remember going up from the soul seed.
Yes.
Well, there was a point that we went down to the soul seed.
Mhm.
So again, this whole idea is that when we go into the earth, when we root down into the ground, we are creating a connection. We are becoming not just a conduit, but it's literally allowing our energy to connect in with the energy of the earth. And then it creates this thing that we call balance.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. So then everything kind of goes on its ebb and flow easier. Have you ever been to either maybe a float tank or a goddess circle or
Mhm.
a really great yoga class?
Mhm.
And you go in and you have this supercalifragilistic
Mhm.
experience and you're vibrating and you are out there and you're singing with all the angels. And then it's like, okay, we're done here. You got to go. And you're just like, have you ever had that feeling?
I've had the feeling not through any of those ways, but yes, I've had that feeling where where you don't want to disconnect. You're still in the vibe and you don't want to disconnect.
Yes, yes. And sometimes you don't want to disconnect and sometimes that you want to instead, just let it all out.
Hmm.
So,
Carry it with
uh
you.
and carry it with you,
Yeah.
right? So when we talk about earthing or grounding, it's a way to take that feeling that you have and literally integrate it into your whole being so that you are stronger, you're more confident, and you can really feel that energy of who and what you are.
Mhm.
So when we go out too far out there, we have to pull ourselves back into the third dimensional reality. And the way that we pull ourselves back are we're going to talk about a few tricks or a few ways to pull yourself back into your form because you don't want to be what we call flighty or an airheady. Um, it does not mean that you're not an intelligent person. If
Mhm.
somebody says, "Oh, you seem a little space
Aloof.
cadetty, aloof,
Aloof.
aloof," that's a
Mhm.
beautiful word. It just means that your free flowing thoughts and imagination and creation and it's a wonderful place,
Mhm.
but it doesn't always mean that the wishes or the dreams or the things that you send out there will be created or will happen because you don't have that foundation, you don't have
Mhm.
that base
Mhm.
of reality, that stronghold of earth.
Right. It's like being a leaf in the wind. A leaf in the wind can go anywhere, but a leaf attached to a tree is different. And I say that because I myself have been described as a leaf in the wind. So I understand the difference.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Again, when we're on the tree, we
Mhm.
get to
We
create
still
the
float.
oxygen, we get to grow, we get to pull the water in for the whole tree, for the
Mhm.
whole community.
Mhm.
We're supporting everything, not just our dreams.
Mhm.
And I like your concept here of being the leaf too, because the leaf can only exist so long on itself.
Mhm. Yes.
It can float and fly everywhere, and pretty soon it's just going to start to disintegrate.
Disintegrate. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you really do want to keep that connection going. And so some of the ways that we can stay connected into the earth is, well, that divine morning stretch. Think about that. When we do that stretch, the first thing we do is touch the ground.
Mhm.
That is an acknowledgement of the earth, of Mother Earth, right? So we touch the
Mhm.
ground and then we pull it into our heart, acknowledging that it is a connection from the ground to our heart. And then
Mm.
when we pull our hands up into our third eye, it's connecting into Father Sky, to the great source, and to our
Mhm.
connections. So, just to show you, that's a real simple way to begin the connection. Another simple way is the color red. And I have to admit, I looked for a red shirt or a red dress for me to wear today, and I have one really cool red T-shirt, and it's sturdy.
Mm.
But have you ever met a really cool character and they only wear red shoes?
You mean other than Dorothy? You mean real life
In real
or
life, yeah, yeah,
in real
yeah.
life? Someone who only wears red shoes? No.
Okay, I've been fortunate enough in New Orleans. I've met a couple of really cool people, and they
Mhm.
only wear red shoes. And
Mhm.
at first, I think it was their thing, that they were known
Mhm.
for their red shoes. But the more I think about it, it really kept them grounded because these were really cool people that had high creativity, that were really out there sometimes. And I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. They were
Mhm.
intuitive enough to know that they needed to have red shoes on, to wear red, to
Mhm.
keep themselves grounded.
Mm. Mhm.
So, yes, the color red is very grounded. It's not just lucky because of feng shui.
Mhm.
It is that earth color, red earth,
Mhm.
okay, that keeps us down there.
That's good
So,
to know.
another simple, and I do mean simple way, if you say, again, have went to a healing experience, or you could even leave church or the temple in a whacked out state because you have the Holy Spirit going through you.
Yeah, it's a state of bliss. Mhm.
That
Right?
state of bliss, yeah. So before you operate heavy machinery, or before you try to drive or go do something, another simple solution is drinking what we call a sole.
Mm.
What's a sole? A sole is Himalayan salt and water.
Mhm.
Almost the same thing that your grandma used to make you gargle in your throat when you started getting a sore throat, right? So what you want to do is take anywhere from about a quarter of a teaspoon to a half a teaspoon per cup of water, and you want it to completely dissolve in, and then you drink it. Salt is of the earth.
Mhm.
Therefore, salt is the mineral that pulls you back into your body, back into earth. I am not making that light happen. All
Mhm.
right. So when you pull yourself back in to who you are, it strengthens and gives you that flagpole, that sturdiness that you need.
Mhm.
All right. I haven't lost you yet, have I? Okay.
Not
Good.
me.
Okay, good. All right. So the
Mhm.
sole, another little tip, and this is what we used to do when I worked for the Spa Earth Savers in Metairie in New Orleans.
Mhm.
We would have a jar, and we took this jar and we put some really good, filtered water in it. And then we put like a cup of Himalayan salt, and we put as much salt in there until it stopped dissolving.
Mhm.
And then we would just take a scoopful of that water and put it, like we take a tablespoon of the salted water and
Mhm.
put it in our regular water. So we always had the perfect
Okay.
mixture
Okay.
ready.
Yes. Mhm.
And I would give it to my clients after we would do a session,
Mm.
just to make sure that they were fully centered and pulled in before they started driving.
Mm.
So we really want to make sure that you are present. That is what earthing is. That is what grounding is. It is connecting your energy to the energy of the earth. And now, if you all have a moment, I want you at home right now to experience the vibration of the earth. And we're going to do a little exercise called the pendulum swing.
Mhm.
And it's for you to connect in with the energy. Now, Kim, I know you are all set there perfectly. You weren't expecting to do this, so you can stay there. And I'm going to show people what to do.
Mhm.
And,
I
and
know this. I know the swing though. This pendulum.
yeah. And so the whole idea of the pendulum swing is that I just want you to, I think I did this right. Yeah. Try to keep your back straight and put your head down and literally let your arms hang. And if you just breathe in and out and concentrate on nothing, you're going to find that your arms are going to just start swinging on their own, and that your whole body might even start swinging. And that is the rhythm of the earth. And I can just feel this gentle pulse pushing me back and forth. This is also something that we do within the Divine Morning Stretch. But if you've never done it, it's a really good exercise just to stop for a moment and feel the energy. I can feel it through my hands. I can feel it coming up my feet. It is releasing my back. I find that the energy is flowing through. All right. So that's just a little example of what it is to see us. And that really helps you explode out. So, if you would like to give it a try, do, because this is really a fun way to feel this energy, feel this love. And I'm getting some notices that we are not on air anywhere.
According to this, we are. As it
Yes.
says, where you see it, right? It says we're on. It says live.
Yes, it does.
Hmm.
Okay, we are live on YouTube.
Okay.
All right.
But actually, our usual people on YouTube are not showing up. Not from this end.
Just checked. All right, that's okay. We are still recording, so we'll keep going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, the pendulum swing is one way to do it. And the other way is the drinking of the Soleil. And we're going to give you another way. What we all know that I'm a little lazy. Okay, well, that's a judgmental statement. I'm efficient. Rocks. Grab yourself some good old rocks. So, this is a fancy rock. This is tourmaline, hematite, black obsidian. These are type of minerals that you can just grab onto, and they really force you down. Oh, there they are. People found us. Good job, Kim, whatever you did. So once you've got your rock, oh, hey, Canella. When you have a rock, this is another easy way to ground and to set yourself in. This is a beautiful piece of granite. This one I did find. It's a typical one that we can see through different forms. And the other rock that I have here, wait, this is just another rock that I picked up and that I found. I liked it because it's a red rock. It does seem to have some sort of quartz or mineral formation in it, but it's a really good red rock. I got this one in Anza Borrego. Again, holding these rocks in your hand really seem to pull that energy down. And it really gives you that grounding that you're looking for. So it could be a fancy rock that you go buy, or it could be some rocks that you just find laying around. Rocks are so awesome because they're true earthing or grounding. And so that's just a real easy way on how to pull in your energy, right? So we've talked about the Soleil, drinking salt water. We talked about uh, feeling the pendulum of the earth. The other part of being a pendulum in the earth is actually putting your hands or your feet into the earth,
Mm.
making some mud pies. All right. Hugging a tree, that's grounding.
Gardening.
Gardening is grounding. Yes, yes, yes. You're communing. All right. We talked about how the rocks can pull us in, just being outside, although sometimes the sun can really burst us out. So when you're outside grounding, make sure you're always kind of lower to the ground, touch the ground. There are a bunch of sayings that, to have true grounding, you need to take your shoes off and you need to be in the dirt. Well, the truth is that a lot of us live in cities
Thank you.
or the desert where, I don't want to walk on these hard rocks. I
Mm.
don't. I've tried. They hurt.
She's tried.
Yeah. So it's okay to have shoes on because, as we've already learned, everything is of source, everything is of God, everything is of nature. So, a belief that we used to have was that the rubber soles disconnected us from Earth. I don't believe that anymore. I believe that was just a way to get people to find more ways, creative ways to connect into Earth. Yes, you get a stronger connection if you're skin to skin on anything, but you still have a great connection anywhere. I've been able to ground on an airplane,
Okay.
okay? On an airplane. In turbulence, when you're trying to get that turbulence to stop,
Mhm.
you ground yourself and you're also like holding the plane too. So I've been able to do grounding exercises on a high rise building.
Mhm.
So this whole idea that you have to be barefoot on the ground to truly feel nature, I believe at one point in time that was the truth. But we have opened up the doors to the fourth and fifth dimensions, so you can be anywhere and you can connect into the earth. Even these simple earrings that I'm wearing that are fossil earrings hold grounding energy in it for me. Again, to connect me in to reality, to the now moment. And that's what we're talking about. When you're grounded or you're connected in, is you are present. You are here. And when we are present, we create things to happen in our future.
Mm.
Did you know that this now moment is like an infinite cycle? And we are, the infinity symbol, how it
Mhm.
crosses in the middle? That's
Mhm.
us right there in the middle. Right there in the middle. That's planet Earth, this lifetime. We are the exact middle of all parallel universes that Einstein talked about. We are in the exact now moment of everything that exists. And when you're grounded, you become a part of that now moment. And instead of wishing and hoping away things, you become the true creator that you are. And you get to set your desires and your wishes forward. So, the last way that we're going to talk about grounding, because there's a lot of ways to do it, a particular favorite of mine. That is the C note. This is a beautiful singing bowl that I have over here. And this is for the
Good
root
morning,
chakra.
Courtney. Hmm.
And this is the sound of that chakra. Oh, what did Canella write? The mind's visualization and believing our connection gives us groundedness. I love that. That's exactly what I was saying about, being up in the airplane and still being able to ground, because it is the mind's Kim, can you help me out here?
You got it. You're almost there. Visualization or visualizing.
And believing in our connection gives us the grounded.
What I'd
That
like to ask is how that connects to the frontal lobe. I ask that because when I concentrate from that, that's when I find I'm really not the leaf in the wind, but I'm actually paying attention, creating, and absorbing.
so that's consciousness.
Hmm.
That frontal lobe is that crystal oil,
Mm-hmm.
that conscious oil that lives within our brain. And
Mm-hmm.
when you are grounded, it is able to go down your spine, connect in, and go back up, and you become a whole connection. So remember when we talk about the chakras, there's these layers of energies in us,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's the same. This is the same. When you are connected strong there, and
Mm-hmm.
it amplifies the connection up here, because it gives a clear pathway through your energies to allow you to be balanced and to allow the energy to flow. And so when that conscious oil flows up and down your spine and into your frontal lobe and opens up that third eye, that is that strong connection that you have with the earth and with yourself. When you are connected in, you can feel the web of life. We have been describing it as a great tree and being a leaf. But the other way to look at that tree that we keep talking about is that that is the web of life,
Mm-hmm.
that we are all connected together. Not just genetically do we go back to the Eve gene,
Mm-hmm.
but
Atoms, mm-hmm. Molecules, all of it.
this is made up of the same molecules that I'm
Mm-hmm.
made up of. This song, the singing bowls over here, they carry the same energy in the consciousness, just at a different vibration of me. Did I answer your question, or did I give you more questions than answers?
No, you've answered my question. You've confirmed something, I should say.
Okay. So sound can pull us into ourselves, rocks
Mm-hmm.
can pull us into ourselves, we can drink salt to pull us into ourselves. Yes, you can put it on the tip of your tongue too if you don't have any water, although it might be a little salty. I don't want to raise anybody's blood pressure, but a little bit of Himalayan salt's not going to hurt. There are smells. I stopped doing incense because I started getting sneezes a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
I do know that there's different incense that you can bring in that'll pull you down.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess what the toning sound is? I mean, I know we have the bowl here. Didgeridoos. Oh, there's a
Oh yes, yes,
fantastic
yes.
didgeridoo player in Palm Desert, actually at El
Mm-hmm.
Paseo. Bhakti is one of my very favorite. Here's a shout out to Bhakti and his beautiful wife, Brienne. They have a fantastic shop in downtown, El Paseo in Rancho Mirage. And when he plays the didgeridoo, I mean, I'm down doing shamanistic work. I mean, it's that
Mhm.
drum. I mean, it's rattle. It just really pulls me in. So the sound, again, if you're in a situation where you have no rocks, you have no salt, you still can ground. Okay, we talked about visualizing it in your mind. You ready for the sound?
Mm. You.
You. It's you, where your second chakra is EU. Your grounding is the you. I mean, you can just feel it resonate and pulling you down. That's also when we do the Mother Earth. We pull ourselves down into the ground. So, why is it that I think grounding is so important? One is it is your connection to nature, it is your right connection to earth and your surroundings. The deeper you are connected or grounded into the earth, the higher you can go with your meditations, with your healing work, well, with your daily life and activity.
Mhm.
When you are grounded, you are also part of 3D reality. And that's a good thing because it allows you to be conscious of what is happening around you. We live in what I'm calling a divine chaotic time.
Mm.
People have free will. And what are they doing right now with their free will? Freaking out. And they're getting really hot right now. And they're getting pissed off because of politics. And they're going, woo, crazy, right?
Mm. Yes, we are.
But if you just take a moment, find that center point, and feel the vibration of the earth, we know that you, as the individual, are going to be taken care of. You, the individual who believes in love, will always be taken care of. Always be taken care of. Because the universe infinitely loves you, and you are a co creator of this plane. So we have a few more months of this wackadoodle energy upgrade that we're going through. Uh, Try to keep these pieces open with time, but November 8th, 2022, it's not going to be the closing of the energetical portal. It's going to be the transition point of this major energetics for this 10-year cycle. We're
Mm.
always going to be upgrading, we're always going to be expanding
Mhm.
forever and
Mhm.
ever.
Mhm.
But right now, we have to make sure that we stay connected in so that when this new information, this new energy comes, we get to be a part of all of it. All of it. So, Kim, any questions about grounding, anything else? And I was just going to do a real quick grounding exercise.
Okay, well, we did talk about things like sleeping on the ground or sleeping not on a bed. You did mention how the coils in a mattress can disrupt energy flow. Can you just explain that, please?
So, my fantastic teacher, Walter Lubick of Rainbow Reiki, the Reiki Do Society in Germany, he's the one who first made me aware of energy everywhere. It's kind of funny because you're aware of it, but you don't really think about it logically sometimes.
Mm.
So he was explaining to us that the coils in mattresses act like little antennas, and they can pick up all of the different radio waves, TV waves. I mean, think about all the waves in the air, not just the G5 for your cell phones, but ATM machines. Anytime that Bluetooth, um, AM radio, FM radio, all these different things are out there, and they can automatically be attracted to metal. And when you have that spiral metal, it builds up and it sends that energy up into your body while you're sleeping at night. And for very sensitive people, it can really whack them out, and people have no idea what their problem is, that
Mhm.
they can't sleep at night because they're literally tuning in like a radio, hearing constant music. I do remember as a kid, it might have been the first time I got a filling in my tooth that I could actually
Mm.
hear music, and I thought I was going crazy, and I learned how to
Mhm.
tune it out or figure it out. Um, it's also true with underwire in the bras. I've stopped putting underwire in my bra, or stopped wearing a bra, but um, that too holds that metal that pulls in these
Mhm.
radio waves into sections. So it's not ideal to sleep on coils. Uh, it's ideal, of course, to sleep on the floor flat like this, but I don't know who does, because that would drive me nuts.
Mhm.
But if you could at least find, I think it's like the Tempur-Pedic mattresses now, and the new mattresses, the Clover and other ones, they don't have the coils in them anymore.
Mm.
They don't have those spring mattresses. We have come up with new concepts and ideas. So these are just simple things. It's like looking for the food that you eat. Do you read the ingredients? Do you buy non-GMO or organic? Do you try to do things that, even if, like right now, I'm being a little bit of a cheapskate, I feel the energy of a product just in case I can't afford at the moment the organic, and I bless it to, again, bring the vibration up to what it is that I need.
Mhm.
So, just like everything else that we have, do you keep your cell phone off your body?
Mm.
Let me try that one again. I understand when you're out for a walk and you have it in your back pocket, but do you keep your cell phone right here in your bra?
Mm.
Does
Mm.
that sound right? That you're taking all of that energy and you're putting it that close to your skin, to your heart, where these different vibrations are going in there that may or may not be that healthy for you? I turn my phone off at night, or I sleep with my phone 2 rooms over,
Mm.
if I have to leave it on for other things. These are just things to think about to keep yourself connected to Earth,
Mhm.
to keep yourself grounded. I did have a mystic tell me once, I won't say who, but it's somebody I adore,
Mhm.
that she thought it was funny that spiritual things don't become spiritual until a white man writes about it in a book.
Oh. Mhm.
Well, white man has written about this in a book and has done the scientific research. So you too can read about earthing or grounding from a scientific perspective and learn how the vibration of the earth, the rhythm of the earth, is the same
Mm.
rhythm within our body that keeps us all in a beautiful ebb and flow.
Mhm. And when you say they don't exist until, you mean they're not widely accepted until. That's what you mean, yes?
Thank you. Oh,
Yes.
and
Mhm.
another side note, I have to thank you. My guides told me last week I was too judgmental,
Oh.
and that I have to thank Kim for pulling me back and stopping me from being judgmental. So thank you,
Oh,
Kim, for keeping me centered. I
cool. Oh,
am completely opinionated
all
and
right.
I'm trying to get better.
Because Kim's the same way. So cool if I was able to do that for you.
Yeah. It's kind of in your
Oh,
face when, you
oh.
have one of your
Mhm,
guides tell you, yeah, that
mhm.
was a little bit too judgmental. I was like,
Yes,
oh,
excellent.
yeah.
Uh,
All
just
right.
just so everybody learns, we all remember we're all learning from each other all the time. So everybody's words, have value at some point. Not every word, but at some point, everyone's words have value.
I like that. All right. So, quickly, the exercise that I want you to do is find a space wherever you're at. If you feel like closing your eyes, you can. If you want to keep them open, go right ahead. And I just want you to breathe in, and I want you to imagine as though your soul is stepping out of your body. Imagine as though you can see your beautiful angelic self, and you begin to gently pull yourself down into the earth. You go past the carpet, the floor, the room that you're in. You go down to the ground. You go lower down through the crust of the earth. You even feel yourself becoming heavier. You keep going down past the roots of the trees, down through the underwater water systems, down past the granite, down, down, down. You imagine as though you go down into the heart of Mother Earth. And just for this moment, imagine as though Mother Earth is a giant beating quartz. And just for a moment, feel the energy of Mother Earth. Allow that energy to flow through your whole being. Feel how it strengthens your stomach area. Feel how it goes through your heart. Just for a moment, feel that red, orange, golden light fill your whole being and encompass you like a cocoon, holding you in this prismatic, perfect space. Just for a moment. And now we're going to pull this strength into our heart as we begin to ascend back up, 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 through the gemstones, up, 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 through the granite, up, 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 Earth's mantle, up, 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 through Earth's crust, pulling the strength and this energy going up, 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 up through the ground, up, up, up through the floorboards, up, up, up into feeling that strength up in your heart. Take a deep breath and feel the confidence and the strength and the love of Mother Earth. In your own time, in your own space, find your breath, open your eyes, and be present in this now moment. As I thank you once again for being here with us at Way Chill Living. If you have any questions or ideas for future, please leave comments or email us at waychilllife@gmail.com.
Thank you,
You can
everyone.
do sessions with me at heal.me or waychilllife.com, and we are always here to help you on your earth walk. So stay grounded, stay in love, and stay you. Thanks, Kim, for being here.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Rachel. Take care, everyone. Till next time.
Till next time.